Hi, my name is Amy Heyse, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to draw the 3 wise men. I'm going to show you how to do everything step by step with simple lines and simple shapes. These wise men are part of our Nativity drawing series, and you can find other videos here on my channel. This also is perfect for Epiphany. For this project, you'll need a pencil, a piece of paper, and something to color with. We're going to be starting with this middle wise man. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw out kind of an oval shape in the middle of the paper. So we want it rounded at the top, but instead of being round at the bottom, we want it to actually be kind of squared off for the beard. This beard is kind of flatter at the bottom, so it's going to be a little bit flatter at the bottom of our head. Next, we're going to be putting in the shoulders. So on the left side and the right side, we're going to be putting in a diagonal line for those shoulders, and we're going to be connecting those lines with a curved line like a smile. Next, we're going to be putting in some curves to create the sleeves. So the curves kind of remind me of parentheses, long and shallow. So underneath that shoulder, we're going to put one big curve over on the left side and have it come in the body just a little bit. And we're going to do a curve over on the right side. Before we finish off those sleeves, we're going to be putting in 2 flat ovals for the hands. So the hands are kind of offering up the gifts. If you want to make them more detailed than what I did in my simple drawing, feel free to do so. One is going to go off towards the left side, so kind of flat like a pancake, and one over on the right side, about the same size and shape. We're going to be putting in 2 lines connecting to these ovals to create the top part of the sleeves. And we're going to be doing a curved line from close to like the fingertips down, connecting to that other part of the sleeve. We're going to be drawing 2 lines that are coming almost straight down. Oh, here's my cat. We're going to put one over on the left side, coming down like this, and we're going to put one coming on the right side, coming down like that. And we're going to be connecting those lines with a swooped line, curved kind of like a smile. The little feet are just going to be little swoops, curved kind of like the letter U. So one's going to be pointed towards the left, and one is going to be pointed towards the right. So this king's gift, I have it in a round container. So you can draw an oval right on top of the hands, like this, and I kind of like how it works out because the collar of the king's clothing kind of creates the lid of this gift. And I'm going to put a little circle on the top so it's kind of like a lid. Now we're going to be doing the king's headdress. So close to the top, I want you to do a bumpy, wavy line, kind of like this. Then, near the top of the head, I want you to put one line. This is going to be the bottom line of the crown. And we're going to put some lines that are angled up for the sides of the crown, like this. The top of the crown is going to get connected with a wavy line. However many bumps you can fit in between those 2 lines, that's good enough. And I'm going to be erasing this top part of the head. I can make this crown fancier by adding an extra wavy line that matches and an extra curved line that matches the bottom of the crown. The way I finish off the headdress is I put in 2 curved lines, think parenthesis, one on the left side coming past my squiggly line, and one on the right side. I can erase these parts of the head since I don't need those anymore. And we're going to be finishing off the head. We're going to be adding 2 curved lines on the middle of each side for the ears. The eyes are going to go about the middle of the head. I'm just doing simple circles, but you can do another shape if you wish. And I'm going to draw a smaller circle at the top on the inside for a highlight. In between the eyes and the bottom of the beard, I'm going to be putting a curved line for the bottom of the nose. And I could leave it like that, or if you want, you can even put a little line kind of off to the side like this, and that creates a hint of the bridge of the nose. I'm going to draw a smile in between the nose and the bottom of the face. I'm going to add eyebrows, so I do one line above each eye. And if I want them a little bit thicker, I just add another line on top and connect them. For the beard, at the top of the head, I'm going to draw a line on each side, and I'm going to connect them to the nose like this. And if you want to have a little bit of skin showing on the face, like this style of beard, you can put a little curve underneath the mouth. So that's our first king, and we're going to put another king on each side. So we're going to do simple shapes again. So we're going to start off with an oval on each side for the head. So this one on the left side, his beard is more rounded, so I'm doing an oval shape, kind of like this. And for the king on the right, his beard is a little bit more squared off, so I'm going to have the bottom of his face just be a little bit more squared off at the bottom, kind of like this one. We're going to be putting in some lines for the shoulders. So one off on the left and one off on the right. And whenever you touch the king in the middle, you just stop your line. So I'm going to do one off on the left here and one off to the right like that. I'm going to be connecting these lines with a curve, and I'm stopping when I hit the king in the middle. We're going to do 2 flat ovals for the hands that are holding the gifts out, so they're touching each other in the middle. We're going to do some curves for the arm that's on the outside, so I'm going to curve in kind of like that on the left and on the right. I'm going to draw a little line for the top of the sleeve, wherever you can fit it on your drawing. And then I'm going to connect this sleeve to the hand. And if you have space here, you can draw in another sleeve like this. For the ropes, you're going to do a slightly diagonal line off towards the left or off towards the right, and then you're going to connect it to the middle king's robe like so. And I have a little bit of a gap here, so if I want, I could even add a little bit of this king's robe poking out from behind, but that is your choice. It's up to you how wide or narrow you want yours to be. Or maybe I'll make this one a little bit wider so they're all touching. We have similar curved feet at the bottom, so one is angled towards the left and one is angled towards the right. For the gifts, this wise man, I start off with 2 lines going up, kind of like the sides of a rectangle, and I connect them at the top with a straight line. I do a triangle on the top for this box with a circle. And to make this box a little bit fancier, I am doing a rainbow line like that. This king or wise man is holding a box that looks like a treasure box. So I'm going to do 2 straight lines, up and down lines, on the hands like this. And I'm going to connect them with a curve. And that creates the top of the chest. In the middle of the box, I draw a rectangle. And then I can make this box a little bit more interesting by adding a line across the middle like that. And I can add an extra line on the top and on the bottom, like so. To do the little keyhole, I do a circle on top of a triangle. For this wise man, near the top of the head, I'm going to do a curved line, like a frown or like a rainbow. That's creating this part of the hat above his forehead. And then I'm going to do a curved shape, think like a donut or like the top of a mushroom. And I'm coming past the head and going around. That's creating kind of like this turban. And I'm going to erase this line that I don't need anymore. This king has a crown. So I have 2 lines coming up on either side like this, and then I connect them with a wavy line. If you want it fancier, you can add more decorations, or you can just leave it like that. So this wise man has a similar headdress to this one. So I'm going to do a wavy line kind of coming across the top of the head like this. Then I'm going to do the top of this crown. So I'm going to do a curve near the top of the head. I'm going to do 1 line on each side for the sides of the crown. And then I'm going to connect those lines with some wavy bumps. I can erase this line that I no longer need. If I want it fancier, I can add an extra curve on the bottom and a matching wavy line on the top. This wise man's headdress goes down towards the shoulders. So starting at the top of the crown, I have 1 line coming down and stopping, and another line coming down and stopping, however long you want that to be. Both of these wise men have simple faces. I just do a circle for each eye with a smaller circle on the inside, right around the middle of the face. And you can make yours look different than mine if you wish. Halfway between the eyes and the bottom of the beard, I put a curved line for the bottom of the nose. I'm just doing really simple noses. And if you'd like, you can put a little line to create the hint of the bridge of the nose. This wise man has a smile. This one just has a mustache. So the way I do the mustache is I do a curved line like a rainbow on either side of the nose. And then I do 2 smiles that are touching each other for the bottom, so that creates kind of this mustache. For the sides of the beard, I start at the top of the head and connect it to the mustache. And for this wise man, I can do some lines on the sides of the face and then connect it to the nose. I can add eyebrows, and you can make them thick or thin. And unless there's any other decorations or details that you want to add to your wise men, they are ready to start to get filled in and colored. So feel free to make any changes that you wish. I'm going to add ears to this one. I'm going to do little curves on either side of the face. And you can color with anything that you like. I'm going to be using markers, but you can use colored pencils, crayons, watercolors, anything you wish. One thing that I like to do if I'm using markers is I like to outline things in a pen. You can do that if you want, or you can just hop in and start coloring with your markers. I'm going to be speeding up the coloring section, but you can skip ahead to the end if you want to match my coloring. Thank you so much for following along with me. I would love to see how your 3 wise men turned out. Feel free to tag me on social media. If you enjoyed following along with today's video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on other Catholic-inspired art tutorials. I want to remind you that you are loved. God loves you very much, and He loves your artwork very much. Thank you so much for following along.